Viewers, there are 6 states in the Union of Bharat and about 3 union territories where Hindus are in a woeful minority. Yet none of these Hindus have been accorded minority status by their respective state governments. This omission is remarkable as it contrasts sharply with the persistent and boisterous demands made by parties calling for state-sponsored benefits for Sikhs, Jains, Muslims, Christians and Parsis, minorities in the remaining states and union territories. For instance, in its desperate bid to win in Telangana, the Congress party there has issued what is being labelled as a, quote, minority declaration, unquote. The declaration, officially called the Abdul Kalam Tohfa-e-Talim scheme, aims to provide a slew of benefits to minorities if the Congress is voted to power. The aim is perhaps to rally the minority base and lure it away from the ruling Telangana Rashtriya Samiti. Now viewers, let me give you a quick overview of what this scheme is about and what it is promising. First things first, viewers, it goes out there and says that under the entire scheme, an annual budget of 4,000 crores will be set aside for minority welfare. Reservations under OBC quotas in jobs, education and government schemes will be provided. 1,000 crore annual fund for loans to unemployed youth and women. 5 lakh for minority youths to complete their MPhil and PhD studies. Monthly honorarium of 10,000 to 12,000 for minority priests. Creation of Telangana Sikh Minority Finance Corporation. Special recruitment of Urdu medium teachers, 5 lakh to homeless minorities to build houses and 1.6 lakh grant to newly married minority couples. The massive package of incentives expressly for minorities has elicited a backlash from almost all parties, including such self-avowedly secular ones that are heavily dependent on minority votes like the TRS and the MIM. The MIM, of course, viewers, belongs to that of Asaduddin Owaisi. Both these parties are accusing the Congress of bribing Muslim voters and other minority voters, creating worrying fissures between the minorities and OBC voters. The BJP, on the other hand, has slammed the Congress for putting religion or Mazhab above merit and thereby making a mockery of the tenets of secularism. This is what the BJP says. Congress is fulfilling Jinnah's vision. Remember viewers, it was under Jinnah that separate privileges were set aside under British rule for various minorities, specifically viewers, the Muslim community. The BRS says backward classes and minorities, there is an attempt to divide them, to create competition between them. The AIMM says rename the Congress Sadan to RSS Anna, suggesting that it is borrowing supposedly from the BJP's divide and rule playbook. Now, while it is true that the centre has continued many schemes for minorities originally introduced by Indira Gandhi, there are several reasons to be particularly wary of pre-poll promises of the like that are being offered by the Congress in Telangana. First, because they could attract the provisions of the People's Representation Act, and especially because the provision of sub-quotas for minorities under the OBC category has been expressly struck down by the courts. It's on your screens. The Andhra Pradesh High Court had struck down a 4.5% minority quota. The court stated it was established on grounds of religion and not backwardness, and therefore it should not be entertained. Viewers, the hard facts are there in front of you. Let me tell you the first point. In fact, this entire offer, this package could fall under the rubric of basically, viewers, corrupt practices. Pre-poll offer of quota for minorities within quota liable to be deemed corrupt pre-poll offer, and under the section 123 of the PRA, under the Representation of People Act of 1951. Viewers, then again, the concept of minorityism or the appeasement of minorities to the exclusion of the majority community has been severely criticized by Congress party's own stalwarts like Pandit Nehru and Sardar Patel in the Constituent Assembly debates. This is what Nehru said. He said, as soon as you get to something that can be called political democracy, then reservation, instead of helping the party to safeguard and aid it, is likely to turn against it. So basically he's saying that, and this is not me saying it, viewers, this was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru saying it, as soon as you get to something that can be called political democracy, then this kind of reservation, instead of helping the party to be safeguarded and aided, which party, viewers? Minorities, is likely to turn against it. This was in the Constituent Assembly debates. Viewers, in the Bal Patil versus the Union of India, August 2006, even the Supreme Court has opposed minorityism. Minorityism is basically, as I told you, the appeasement of minorities to the detriment of the majority, viewers. And this is what it said. The Minority Commission, instead of encouraging claims from different communities, should suggest ways where the list of notified minorities is gradually reduced and done away with altogether, to prevent generating feelings of multinationalism, i.e. competing nationalisms. We've already suffered, viewers, on account of these multinationalisms. The most glaring example, of course, was 1947 itself, when India was partitioned. Now, viewers, these views that have been put forward by the Nehrus and Sardar Patels in the Constituent Assembly debates, all of these viewers, these worthies were against special favors to minorities because these could trigger vociferous tendencies leading to the balkanization of Bharat. Of course, there's also the larger, more rhetorical question that no one is posing, and that is, if Islam, Christianity and Sikh faiths are casteless, as they proclaim they are, why are the adherents of the religion being given benefits under the OBC or other backward caste category in the first place? Now, these hard facts would not have been lost on the Congress, but it is quite possible that the party today feels compelled to honor a promise it made way back in 2005, when the then Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh swore to ensure that minorities, in particular Muslims, would have the first right over the state's resources. Listen in, viewers.
We need to be revitalized. We will have to devise innovative plans to ensure that minorities, particularly the Muslim minority, are empowered to share equitably in the fruits of development. They must have the first claim on our resources.
That was in 2006, viewers, not 2005, apologize for that, but carrying on. Craven minorityism is perhaps the greatest threat to national unity. Countries like Iraq, Pakistan and the like, where minority interests are privileged over all others, have shown that they are vulnerable to state collapse due to internecine feuding, which is fighting between groups. Given this as the Congress's Bharat Jodo slogan, empty rhetoric, let's put that to our debate. Is Bharat Jodo empty rhetoric? Is it select?